Genshin Impact has fabulous music. You can listen to it anytime, anywhere. You can put it on your stream, you can put it in your playlist, you can put it on your chat while you're streaming, and it's just casual. You can enjoy it. It's melodious, it's uplifting, it's motivational, it's sad, it's got everything of everything. And when you're playing the game, music is such a huge part of it that, when you enter a region where there's no music, you feel devoid of emotions. And I feel each region, each section having its own track just makes the game amazing instead of, one single track for the entire overworld. But have you ranked them? I'm gonna rank it. I'm gonna rank it for content. It's something that, it's difficult to rank. And this video is entirely on my opinions. I do not think that, ranking certain regions' music a rank below, a tier below the other region makes it bad, because all the tracks are fabulous. It's amazing, and I listen to them occasionally from every region. So this is just for content, just for enjoyment's sake, and you can list your rankings below in the comments. Like, hit me. Tell me what you like the most. I'm ready to hear your takes. It's going to be the greatest takes of all time. But alright, let's start. Now we have 6 regions in Genshin Impact. And starting from the bottom, it's going to be rough. I'm sorry, guys of this region, but the last region, the 6th one, is going to be Liyue. Now, Liyue has amazing music. You have the Lantern Rite music, Liyue's title track, which is coincidentally the Lantern Rite music as well that they use. It's the only track that I actually enjoy. I mean, there are other tracks. You have the track playing when you're on the mountain region, your cloud retainers aboard and all. The Chi-Chi song. I have a something. I have a Chi-Chi, I guess. I've heard it, but I cannot sing. So music is amazing. But I don't find myself humming it as frequently as other regions' music tracks. Sorry. I'm kind of excited over here making this video. But Liyue is a hard last because, it's only got one track that I kind of hum, which is the Liyue Harbor track. And apart from that, the region also on a whole feels very, I don't know, it just doesn't excite me that much as other regions. Now, it's probably because I do not relate to the culture. I mean, I don't relate to it at all. I relate to everything else, but Chinese culture is something that is quite alien to me. And every time that I try to even understand it, it's just, filled with so many small things, and, such things that go like that, and this goes like this, and this and that. So, I don't know, I've just never found it very relatable, but it's beautiful. It is beautiful, and I am very much interested in it because recently a reverse 1999 event happened and we had this Chinese event, and it was amazing. Those guys have brilliant ideas and a brilliant culture, and it's always seen in Lantern Rite, obviously. So it's amazing, but personally, I mean, I don't like Liyue's music that much. Now, moving on to the 5th position. Now, once again, sorry for you guys, the fans of this region, but 5th, it's gonna be Mondstadt. Now, Mondstadt is a tier higher above Liyue because Mondstadt is the introduction to Genshin Impact, and I will always have a special place for Mondstadt because if that region wasn't good, you would not have stuck with Genshin Impact. At least I wouldn't have stuck with Genshin Impact. Mondstadt makes me feel like home, makes me feel welcomed. And the music over there, which is coincidentally the music that plays on your login screen, it's a Mondstadt track, and it's just so soothing to hear, and I hum that title track a lot, and I mean a lot. So it's a beautiful track. You have the tracks from Mondstadt City, you have Dragonspine, which is so beautiful. I mean, whoever made the Dragonspine OST is amazing. Like, I had a great time exploring that region, even though I was freezing to death, but still. And I'm quite sad that, Mondstadt is such a small region as of now, and there's not much variety in the music. So I wish, like, whenever Dormant Port releases or whenever we get an expansion to Mondstadt, we get new music. But yeah, I don't have much about it except the fact that, the music is very welcoming in nature, and that's why I like it. But still, 5th it is. Now, moving on. 4th position. Now this is where difficulty starts to creep in, because it gets tough, man. It gets tough. All right, 4th one is going to be Inazuma. Now Inazuma was my first region that I explored thoroughly, like with complete interest, and I had a blast. I had a huge blast. The enemies were tough when I landed over there, so I was getting killed left and right. My characters were dying. My Noel was barely trying to keep up. I always had to get that shield. I didn't have constellations back then as well. And the music was amazing. Inazuma City's music, Kamisato Estate's music, and the Grand Narukami Shrine, Watatsumi Island. Those tracks are memorable. Now, I know the Archon story is quite dog tier. Like it's probably the worst Archon quest in the entire game, except for the fact that you fight Raiden Shogun. I think that's the only memorable part of it. But apart from that, the entire Archon quest was completely boring. But the tracks are memorable. Like I continuously find myself humming to. It's just beautiful, man. I like that tune, and I like exploring Inazuma. It's sad that I have 100% exploration over there, so I don't go back unless there's daily commissions. Which, mind you, I still do my daily commissions. Yeah, I do those 4 quests. I don't rely on the encounter points. Screw that. I'm gonna explore every region. I'm playing an open world game. But no, whenever I get those regions, I just like exploring and listening to the tracks that are in Inazuma. And I think it really captures the Japanese culture really well. It's not like those shonen anime type Japanese where everything is hyped up and through the moon or something. It's very calm, it's very soothing, and that's personally what I like about Genshin, is that music is made in accordance with what the situation is. It's not like it's like you're roaming through the forest. You have those forests in Inazuma right below the Grand Narukami Shrine Mountain, and the music is not very motivational or something. It's a very pleasing music, it's a very soothing music, and that is amazing. That's amazing. I think I just played Ghost of Tsushima recently, and even there the music was apt for the situations. That's what I think really feels very good in Inazuma, and that's why it feels memorable. Like I can listen to any track and it just I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's just there in my mind, and it feels very nice inside. But yeah, on the 4th part, on the 4th position is Inazuma. After that, when it comes the third one is going to be a very hot take. And now, please, do not curse me. Do not curse me, please. I love this region. I love the characters. I love the architecture. I love everything about it. But it is 3rd because there are 2 other nations above. 3rd one is Fontaine. Now, I told you it's going to be a hot take. Fontaine is on the 3rd part because while the music is amazing, the 2 regions above it, you probably would have guessed it by now, but the 2 regions above it are much more relatable. But Fontaine music as a whole is very, very well made. Like, it's as the developers described it during their Fontaine introduction live stream or something. They said that they wanted Fontaine to be a cousin to Mondstadt, and it actually feels like that, but it feels so much more better. It's like in Asia where you have that better cousin. Like it's an Asian culture thing where you have that better cousin who is always good at everything than you. It's kind of like that. Fontaine is exactly like that. The music, the Furina's theme, especially Furina's theme, the Furina music that plays when the Furina cutscene is happening, that one. And you have the Fontaine music, the Opera Epiclese music, and the music that plays when you're in Poisson, when you're in Remeria, and when you're near the tree, the swampy tree, and something like that. And then there's that music that plays when you're, on the opposite side of Poisson, on that island where you have the Melusine village. And the music over there is very nice. Even the underwater music is fabulous. It is amazing. It's kind of sad that you don't spend a lot of time underwater, but still, the music is really nice to explore. I mean, really nice to listen. But yeah, Fontaine it is. I love, my favorite track is definitely the one that plays in the evening during Fontaine, which is the same track that I think happened in the Freena cutscene, and it goes like do 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 no 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 no. I mean, I find myself humming to that a lot, and I mean a lot. Ever since I played Fontaine, that music track has been in my mind, and I continuously hum it even when I'm not playing Genshin, because I really find that particular track really pleasing, but yet saddening, very melancholic, and it's just kind of beautiful. It is very beautiful. That track is a true masterpiece. But after that, we have now second and first is kind of difficult because I love both of these regions equally, and usually I cannot differentiate between them, so I'm just gonna place them in the same tier. So second and one are at the same position, and it's Sumeru and Natlan, obviously. Now I'm going to talk about Natlan first. Natlan music on a whole has been very uplifting, very motivational. The music is fresh. It's not melancholic, it's not soothing, it's not, that calming. It does not have that calming effect that Inazuma and Fontaine had. It's got a very motivational, very uplifting type of feel to it. Like, you can listen to Natlan's main theme, you can listen to Natlan's battle theme, you can listen to every character theme, you can listen to Mawika's song, or you can listen to na 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 na, the national anthem of Natlan. And then there's a final music piece that plays when you're fighting Gusea or something. I think his name is Gusea. Whenever you're fighting him, you have this really epic piece of music playing that just merges the Natlan theme with the national anthem, with Mawika's blazing sun, and it just, it's absolutely amazing. It is the ultimate piece of music. Like, I always get tears in my eyes due to the epicness of that music. When I listen to Natlan's music, I'm always left with tears. I don't know why, but I always find tears in my eyes. It is that peak. It is epic. It just feels like, this is an epic moment. There is no time. It's like the Avengers theme in all the Avengers movies. Like, it's like, I can't hum it because I don't know, Disney might copyright me, but I'm not gonna hum that Avengers theme. But it's like that. It's iconic, and Natlan as a whole just feels very iconic. I'm a huge fan of Natlan. I am a huge fan of it. I am probably its biggest defender or something, but I will defend Natlan because I love that region. It feels like home. Everybody feels homely in nature. It feels like a huge family that I absolutely love. Even the Collective of Plenty, the music over there is fabulous. It has the Travail trailer music or something. I don't really listen to. I haven't heard a lot of the Collective of Plenty music, but music from the Children of Echoes, from the People of the Springs, from the Scions of Canopy, from the Flower Feather Clan. The Flower Feather Clan has one of the most coolest music tracks that I've ever heard. It reminds me of Final Fantasy VII when you go to the Chocobo Ranch and you have this really cowboy-esque music. The Flower Feather Clan, it's kind of a tongue twister. That clan, Chaska's clan, has this really nice music that you can do. It's just kind of good. It's very good. And Ochka Natlan, obviously, can't forget that. The chamber of something, whatever, the middle region, where the stadium is. I don't remember the name, but that the music over there is amazing. It's actually my log out spot these days. I log out there, I log out there every day. I just go there, teleport there, and I'm always at Natlan. I always log out at Natlan ever since Natlan began. But yeah, that music, the music tracks in Natlan, especially Blazing Sun. I mean, who doesn't love Blazing Sun? If you do not like Blazing Sun, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We can still gel. I mean, I will still accept you. But no hard feelings. I mean, if you don't like Mawika or Blazing Sun, I understand. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But yeah, I love Blazing Sun. The music, the soundtrack, Chris Costanza's voice, it is fabulous. It is amazing. But yeah, Natlan is peak. But after that Natlan, it comes Sumeru. Sumeru because it's just home. Sumeru, as I've said in my previous videos, for region rankings, for literally anything, Sumeru just feels like home because it takes inspiration from the Indian subcontinent, it takes inspiration from the Middle East. The music is very homely in nature, and having lived in both the Middle East and the Indian subcontinent, I relate to both regions very well. And the music as well. I relate to the names, to the regions, to the inspirations. It just everything feels like home. The use of the tabla in Sumeru, the flute, the desert theme, which is really nice. It is really nice. Lilupar's theme, the Pari's theme in the final expansion for the desert, the rainforest theme, the Aranara music, the Aranara Vanrana music, Sumeru's music, Port Ormos. Port Ormos, everybody. I love that music. I love that music a lot. Port Ormos is peak. But no, the ultimate peakest music in Genshin, I think, is For Riddles for Wonders. And that no other music has come close to making me cry a lot whenever I listen to it. When Rukadevata or Rukadevta or whatever you want to call her, when she used her final powers, when she hugged Nahida, when that music played, and when she said that final line, that goodbye people of Sumeru, may you be blessed tonight with the sweetest of dreams, that hurts, man. That is still one of the most emotional scenes, and the music that plays along with it, I spent a lot of time searching for it, and when I finally found it, For Riddles for Wonders, it was like bliss. It was like achieving bliss. And I think that is my favorite track in Genshin, even after Natlan, after Fontaine, after everything, even with Nordcry coming up, which has phenomenal music. The teaser that we got reminds me of Mortal Eye from Ark Knights, or Skellige from The Witcher 3, or Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The music is absolutely amazing. But still, overall, For Riddles for Wonders, Sumeru just takes the spot because it is just like home. And Natlan and Sumeru music truly make me emotional. That's why I really like them a lot, and I find humming it a lot, especially Natlan's music these days. It's probably due to recency bias, but still, Natlan as a whole just felt amazing to play through, and I really enjoyed it, especially the music. It is just, music is amazing, man. Music can change everything. You can have the most crappiest dialogues and the action scenes there, but the music is pretty good. You're gonna feel epic, especially when you were playing that final fight with Maoika and the Traveler. It was just, the music just uplifted everything. So those are my rankings. Once again, I'm stating this is my opinion. Do not take it seriously. You can feel free to tell me your rankings, whatever. I would truly appreciate that. I would love to hear it. And like I said, these may be rankings, they may be numbers, from 1 to 6, but they don't mean anything. They don't mean anything in the overall picture, because all regions are unique, all regions have unique music, and all of them are just amazing to hear. And it's just, a pleasure to be playing this game, which has one of the best soundtracks, I feel. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back in another video. So until then, keep listening to that Genshin Impact soundtrack. And please subscribe to support me, and have a great day. Goodbye.